I'll put this out here. So there was a period of time I was with the theology group, the so-called theological hate group known as the Hebrew Israelites, right? My major gripe with them is the truthiest of them say they have the 100% truth and it's impossible. But anyway, but that they were self-appointed apostles. And hear me out when I say this. The only other self-appointed apostle besides the 12 the Lord commissioned, because in order to be an apostle, the Lord had to commission you. But Paul got validated and was an apostle because there was a commission of apostles still in Judea. Because Paul was a Pharisee before he got changed to an apostle. And he was originally against the church of the Lord, the church of the Hamashiach, right? The church of the man who was re-risen, right? Who was supposedly the son of the Creator in live flesh, giving to, as a sacrifice for us to believe on, right? We believe that was what the story was written, right? But the problem I have with it is the people that were presenting it are not the people that should be presenting it, because it would be presented without a bunch of lies. The Lord didn't commission a bunch of men to run around in fringed garments and play cosplay with books. He didn't even run around with a book. And from what I understand, Paul really didn't run around with books either. He was like the Lord, cutting everybody with the Spirit, because there's a way to do this. Think these words that were written, they're lies, guys. Now, they were never meant for the consumption of the general public, right? They were meant from wise people to pull out things that are teachable to people and applicable, not just a throw up of this and that, but to peddle it into something that's tangible and beneficial, and not to have everybody have the compendium of it for conjecture, because then obvious it's a pastime, it's a fallacy, it's not true. Now, they have it so that the power that is could blame all of the things you want to blame it for on a power that was generally created for you to blame it, right? So, let's point it out. The people that are doing this are self-appointed apostles, and the only way to get apostleship originally was from the Lord, or the Lord's apostles, because in Acts 15, my biggest gripe is they don't have any right to add. Apostles have right to add to the word, because all the apostles added to the word. Number one, the Lord didn't commission them. 2, they have no right to add to the word. All the apostles had right to add to the word. Even the apostle was the Lord's brother, James, had right to add to the word. Did they not all have a gospel? Then how come they don't have words to add? They don't have authority to add. They don't have authority to diminish. They really don't have authority to do an embassage, because basically they're predicating everything on lies. They don't have an ability to teach the truth. And they don't have the spirit of discernment or the ability to heal people like the Lord and them do. So what is it that we're dealing with, right? It's a bunch of bullshit, guys. If it leads to good principles, it's a good thing. But if it doesn't, then it's not, right? And many of people they're aware of that it's very harmful for people to consume this, because they say that's my biggest other thing is that they say there's no out, right? Death is the only way out, right? And that's not true. You can always walk away, because what they're doing is a witchcraft of its own, right? The Lord, I believe, if there was such a thing, was trying to bring everybody under the Pharisees' sold out control, out from under the Pharisees, and onto a better way. And the first is to uncouple them, right? At least uncouple them from the sold out groups of people that are ruling over them unrighteously. So they had the Romans over them already. And they were trying, the whole point of that was to uplift, hey, listen, if there is a power, it wants you to listen to the people that are in power above you whenever they're in power, right? For the most part. And keep its rules. Well, reality is they don't have any right to teach anything more than Acts 15 and Romans 13. If they believe the New Testament, which doesn't include funny dress, cosplay, yelling at people on the corner, right? Because they get that through religious authority, right? We can get rid of that. That doesn't need to be a thing. No one else has the right to do that the way they do. They usually break it up, I think it's time for that. That the whole nation come out from under a theocracy, which no one really, and it says even in the scriptures, you or your fathers were not keeping it anyway. So let's check it out and keep our law of justice the way it is, right? And maybe we bring Jupiter back because we were real successful when we brought one of those hypothetical theocratic ideals, but do it with a polytheism. Let's pick a power that was successful before. Let's go back to Jupiter. Oh, I'm serious about that. I think it's a good idea. And kick all this stuff we don't keep anyways out and go to a power that's uplifting success and authority, right? The king of the gods. The power where the lightning, the arrow, and the eagle originally, originated from, which is on your seal today of the statehood. Let's just go back to it. Let's quit being crypto Jupiter and be pro Jupiter, right? Shalom, shalom. Bless y'all, my beloved. Take care. Just some thoughts.